Hey guys, how you doing? Coach Mitch here. When I'm not coaching 95% of the time, the other 5% I answer a lot of emails every day. This topic here I really want to get into. So this is CBP disqualifiers that you guys are completely misunderstanding. You're thinking you're going to be disqualified without really understanding it, okay? So number one, any past DRUG use is an automatic disqualification. It isn't, you guys. It just isn't true. Customs and Border Protection looks at things like recency. So how recent was this? If you did it yesterday, you're applying tomorrow, well, that doesn't make any sense, right? They're looking for how recent it was. They're looking for frequency, right? So say it was 9 years ago. We did it every month, for 3 years, right? Well, that shows frequency. Might be a problem there, right? And then they're looking at pattern of behavior. Now, again, how much, how often do you do it, things like that. And so those are what they're looking at. So I tell people all the time, they're looking at the whole person also, not just one or two things, 3, 4, whatever you did. So you got to understand that. Also too, one-time use or experimental use is not in the same understanding as frequent everyday use for years and years and years. They're not the same thing. They're not in the same wheelhouse, right? It's different. Number two, bad credit means I'm done. No, you guys. Financial issues it doesn't automatically disqualify you. And this is the issue, guys. What you're looking at is the level of responsibility within these financial issues. So what do I mean by that? I tell you guys all the time, I get emails all the time for you guys, right? Actually, if you got an email question for me too, you can. Mitch J Education Hub at gmail.com. So for bad credit, what they're looking at is patterns of unpaid debt. So what do I mean? I mean, if you're going through weeks and years of blowing off the same company, avoiding them for years and years and years, well, that's a pattern, right? Ignoring obligations. You have obligations to, say, your car payment or whatever, right? And you keep blowing it off. They don't want to deal with that. Poor judgment. Well, had a guy email me about 8 months ago and say he just opened up a couple credit cards. He maxed them out. He didn't pay them off. Now he wants to get the CBP. What should he do? Well, you got to start showing restitution. Start paying those cards off, But I don't have the money. Well, do you want the career or not? That's what it comes down to. I can't give you a loan. So you got to figure that out, you guys, right? So poor judgment can also hurt you. So if you're actively fixing your situation, right, you're showing some forward momentum, some restitution towards fixing your credit, that does play into the overall. And so it's not always bad. Number three, I get these emails all the time. I got fired. I'm going to be disqualified, right? No, guys. No. Most people in America, or 50% of people in America, have been fired before. So you're being fired is nothing new. However, we have to understand they are going to want to see why it happened. That's a biggie. Why it happened. What you learn. Now, this comes into the SF-86. A lot of you guys are putting this emotion into your SF-86. Don't do that. I have a review program I use down there in my description there where I review your SF-86 and show you how to do it, show you how to understand how to write it and I understand you're involved, it's you, so how can it not be emotional sometimes, right? But I show you how to write these terminations or past D or UG use, whatever, in a way they understand that. If you want that help, down below is a link. However, if you do it on your own, you got to put down why it happened, right? What you learned from the event and whether it's a pattern. So if you get fired one time, twice, right? After 3 times, it could be something with you, right? The problem might be in the mirror, okay? But don't let one time getting fired or let go, whatever you want to call it, make you not want to try for CBP. It doesn't make any sense at all. It makes zero sense. As I tell you guys all the time, you guys already know this, you need to get out of your own way, okay? Legalities. A lot of you guys think that these minor tickets and traffic tickets or things are going to stop you, and they're not. Well, most of the time they're not, right? But you want to look at things like severity. So what does that mean? Well, if you're driving in a 70 mile per hour zone, but you're going 140, it's going to be a problem, right? Probably reckless driving, okay? Frequency. So, Coach Mitch only have 9 tickets. You said tickets are no big deal. Tickets are no big deal, but at a frequency of 9 in the past year, that's a big deal. It's shown irresponsibility for driving your vehicle, of course, right? That's a big deal, frequency, right? And honesty, meaning don't try to hide this stuff, you know? Had a guy 3 years ago, he really thought, you know, he's gonna hide his past, you know? He told me, God, they caught my stuff, you know? Of course they're gonna catch it, man. They research everything, they background everybody. The crux of CBP is honesty and integrity. That's what it's all about, right? Well, why is it that way? Think about the job you have. One bad CBP officer can do so much damage to the country via fentanyl, via other DRUGS, via human trafficking, whatever, right? So they have to make sure you are going to be an honest person. That's the biggest thing that they're looking for, right? Last thing, well, number 5 is that I gotta be perfect. I gotta be a perfect person. No. They're not hiring perfect people because there's no such thing as that. They're hiring people who have a strong sense of integrity, judgment, and accountability. That's what they're hiring. You're not perfect, and they know that already. Trying to present yourself as flawless is going to be a terrible event and a tragic journey for you, because they're looking for people who are just human and who can present themselves as human. Now, if there's something in your background, they say, oh my gosh, I want to apply, I'll wait. Don't do that. Why are you waiting? Don't do that. This one thing I know have cost so many people so many years. I got a guy from 2014, Jared. Jared waited for 3 years because he thought him having 2 tickets in the same year is going to hurt him. So he waited 3 years. Jared today works. This is his 3rd year now for CBP, or fourth year now, maybe 4th year. Anyway, don't wait. Don't wait because you're unsure about one issue. You want to go through it because the hiring process is not like a civilian hiring process. It takes 9, 10 months, a year plus, you know? You don't need to have a perfect past. You need a clear, honest, and consistent explanation to what's going on. Now again, if you want help with your SF-86 to clarify things from a non-emotional point of view, description down below. You want to do some one-on-one talking about your SF-86? Down below. Talk about your background investigation? Down below. If you want help with your interview? Down below. I'm here to help you guys, okay? Most applicants don't get disqualified by CBP. You're disqualifying yourself because you're assuming the worst. Meaning you're not even jumping into the fray. You're sitting back there all scared because, oh my God, what happens here, what happens there? You don't want to go around living your life in fear. That doesn't make any sense at all, guys. You don't want to get to be my age and look back and say, my gosh, you know, I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda. I don't have any of those. Everything I wanted, I pursued and I got it. Because I kept going. I fell on my face 1,000 times, man. I'm telling you, 1,000 times, you know? But I kept going. And that's what I want for you guys. Fall down, fine. But the people I respect are the ones who get back up. If you fall, you owe it to yourself, to your family, and to your friends, and to your dreams to get back up. Don't delay this process. If you really think you want to get into it, then get into it.